All right, my love. It is time for episode 7 of the Strawberry Milk Podcast's Quick Sip series.
Woo woo!
What are we talking about today?
Rogue One.
Ah, yes, 2016's Rogue One, a Star Wars story.
Best one?
Objectively, the last good Star Wars film
Mm,
from the,
yeah.
from the I mean, I consider it a reboot, like the sequels and all that, you know what I mean?
The Disney era.
Well, like we've said before, and in our previous quick sip thing, all Star Wars films are objectively good.
Yeah.
Objectively being that key word there. But with Rogue One, I feel like you don't even need to say objectively. This is a good film. This is a solid film.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
It's my favorite of like the non-Skywalker saga, like group of like film and media.
Yeah, because it's fucking perfect. It's a perfect movie. And I was so scared
Yeah,
in the end scene. I was so scared that they were gonna make them kiss, and I was like, "Don't you fucking do it, Disney!"
they
I was like,
they
"Don't you do it!" And they didn't. They hugged,
they got it
and
right.
I love that
It was
because that
just
means they actually knew the characters, they knew the story, and it's
yeah.
like I love that.
It's human bonding basically. They're
Yeah.
both about to get obliterated into a bunch of tiny fucking particles by a space nuke. And so, they're just like, "Yo, hug it out, man."
Yeah.
I'd do that.
Yeah.
If for some reason we were separated or like one of us had already died, right? Like let's say we were separated or let's say like you died in like the apocalypse and I saw the giant blast wave coming towards me. If there's some random person, I'd be like, "Bring it in, bro.
Yeah.
Bring it in.
Here we go.
Bring it in.
We've made it.
We're about to we'll face the void as brothers."
But
You know what I
also
mean?
they were like comrades, you know?
Kind of.
I'd say almost friends.
Yeah, no, Comrades. I like Comrades better.
Yeah.
That was a good one. But
And you
before,
were so quick to say no.
no, because I was thinking about it. I'm like, no, I wouldn't really call. None of them are really friends.
Mhm.
With the stuff they went through made them friends. I guess if they had lived, they would have been friends. But before we get too much into this,
Trauma
y'all
bonding.
already, yeah, there we go. I couldn't think of it. Thank you.
Yeah.
That's that psychology
That's
degree at
what
work for
that's
you.
what
That's what that college
No, no.
education gets you, baby. Get to
Oh yeah, no, one of my coworkers and I today I was talking to him and I was like because he was like, "This is an unsafe work environment. I feel attacked." And I was like, "No, it's too late. I was like, we've already I was like, we're friends now. It's too late. Trauma bonding." And he was like, "Trauma bonding."
talking to a male coworker without my
Oh
permission.
my
You know what?
god.
If this was 1838, you'd be in for one, my
If
love.
if we were in Mississippi?
I'll kill him.
What?
We're gonna break it into the details. So obviously, this movie came out December 16th, 2016. I saw this in theaters
Me
with
too.
Dad.
I saw this in theaters with my mom. Every Star Wars movie I saw with my mom.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. I
Love
think
that woman.
we saw Force Awakens together.
Oh my
Um,
god, the moment Kylo took off his mask, my mom literally like hit my arm and looked at me like, "Emmy." And I was just like,
Adam Driver isn't
"Oh, I
attractive
think
to
that
me
he's only attractive
as Kylo Ren.
as Kylo Ren and only in certain frames."
He's just a goof. Maybe it's because he's filthy Mortarman. He just looks like a big goofball to
He
me.
is a goofball, but it's the nose, the long dark hair. Hello.
Do you want me to have a bigger nose or something? I don't.
What?
Remember, like, do you
Oh,
want me
you're
to be?
doing
Do
do
you
you
want me
want
to
to
be
be
tall?
taller?
It's a Parks and Recs reference because for those of you that like Easter eggs about podcasts, that's what we have playing in the background on mute. Anyway, December 16th, 2016. I think this is because when did The Force Awakens come out? 2015.
2015.
Then this one is the last one I saw in theaters with Dad because The Last Jedi pirated. I think unless he listens to this, he'll tell me.
Yeah.
And then The Rise of Skywalker, I think we went to see. When did that come out?
I'm gonna look it up.
Nah, I'm pretty sure we went and saw it. Anyway, it's coming in at 2 hours and 13 minutes. IMDb gives it a 7.8, which is too low. Rotten Tomatoes gives it an 84% from the quote-unquote critics on
Too
there.
low.
And the audience score of 100,000 has an average of 87%, which I think
Too
out of
late.
all of that, that's
I'm sorry,
pretty
too
good.
low.
No,
Nah.
out of 100,000 plus people,
Oh.
because
Okay, yeah,
I
'cause
just go off of what it says on the
countering review
yeah.
bombing.
Yeah, it's countering all the review bombers and everything. Because I guarantee there were people that are pissed that they didn't kiss at the end.
People hated Jyn Erso, and I don't know why because she
I
was such a cool
like her.
character. It's because she wasn't overly feminine.
Babe,
Like, that's the beef.
a leading lady in this
Yeah, and
day
she's
and
a
age,
person. And, like, also because she's not, like, inherently good, and she's the
she's
proper
a
amount of
person.
angry.
Yeah, she's a
Yeah,
person.
she's like, "You fucking left me, I was a kid."
Yeah.
Like, I'm not gonna be all like, "Ooh, let me die for fucking the
You know,
revolution." Fuck you.
I got some tea to spill about that when it comes to Forrest Whitaker and how they have Saw Gerrera play out.
Stripped
Because
error.
I am a that's just racist.
He says it in Black Panther.
I know. I'm giving you shit.
Oh.
Anyway, um,
Oh.
this movie was an absolute box office smash,
As
baby.
it should be.
Against a 260. Well, I guess the budget reports are inaccurate because it's anywhere from 200 to 265 million.
It's a lot of money.
I always go on the high end with movies. They find a way to just piss money away.
Yeah.
So against a $265 million budget, this thing made $1.058 billion.
And that's only in the box office.
That's Dr. Evil levels of money right there.
Yeah.
They could have their own sub just playing that movie constantly, going around the world's oceans. The director, Gareth Edwards, right? He's a fledgling.
Never heard of him.
Yeah, so he's a very much a fledgling director, even at this point.
Bro, he did Rogue One. He said that's it.
He's one.
He said that's it.
No, he's done some good.
No, but like, you know what I mean? He said, I made
Yeah.
enough money. That was my there it is.
No, he does stuff with film and everything a lot more.
Mhm.
He's working on a lot of the other projects that like Disney and everything has going on. His other notable work is he did 2014's Godzilla, and say what you want about, you know, the reboot of the Godzilla series. I fucking like it. Give me two big ass. I'm also just a Godzilla stan anyway. Give me two big ass fucking monsters fighting each other. I like this version of Godzilla. I'm always my thick boys. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The cinematography, which everyone knows is my favorite part about this show here, by one Greg Fraser. Now our boy Greg,
Well done, Greg.
we've heard of him before.
Is that
my
an
love.
I?
Listen. Where?
In Greg?
Yeah.
Grieg?
Yeah, he spells it
What
weird.
fucking name?
And
Grieg?
there's also no I in Fraser. Yeah, he spells his name. He took the I out of Fraser and put it in Greg.
Fraser. That's his motherfucker.
That's what he did with that tossed salad and scrambled eggs, babe. Where's that from?
Beef. I got beef with Grieg.
Where's that from?
What?
Tossed salad and scrambled eggs.
I don't know.
Oh, it's from the show Frasier.
I never watched Frasier.
Dad'll get it. Listen, you think I'm saying jokes for you?
Dude,
Not
you
so
really
my
s-
dad
you
can then
really s-
text me
you really said
and
it
be
if-
like, "Hey, yo, son."
Bro, you really said if no one got me, I know my dad got me.
I know my dad got me up there.
I gotta get you a PS5, man.
Oh my
I
god,
gotta get me a PS5.
he's getting one. I got to get you a PS5. Now that my father stated his plans to get himself one after he gets some stuff taken care of, I'm now focusing on.
We were budgeting for it, man.
I was planning.
We were budgeting for it.
Yeah, I told him too. I was like, "Damn you!" I gotta find another Christmas gift. Oh my god.
Ooh, we could get one of those cool PS5 skins.
Birthday,
I want mine to be
Father's
pink.
Day, Christmas. Man can only do. I'm kidding. All right, so Greg Fraser, he's been on the show once before because he did the cinematography for The Batman
I see that.
2022.
That's
he's also
exciting.
done Dune for 2021.
Haven't
He's
seen it still.
he's back on the job for Dune 2 that's coming out
Nice.
later this year. He did Zero Dark 30 back in 2012 for you military stands, and he did Snow White and the Huntsman from 2010. Remember?
I wanted to watch
What
that,
a-
and nobody wanted to watch it with me.
No, 2010 was a weird year. We had two Snow White movies at the same time in the box office.
We did?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, it was Snow White and the Huntsman, and there was another Snow White movie. We have the music by one Michael Giacchino.
Oh, he did Spider-Man.
Did he?
Yeah, he did I don't know if he did all of them, but I know for a fact that he did Spider-Man Homecoming.
Yes, he did. I saw that. I didn't write that down. I don't know why. But he did the music for The Lost Show, which
Didn't
was
see
a
it.
great show.
My
I
father
saw-
is furious to this day about its ending. Like, he
a
came into
few
my
people
room
are.
and he was like, I know you're never going to watch this show.
Yeah.
He's like, I just need to tell somebody. That ending is the worst fucking thing I've ever watched in my life. And I was like, it's that bad? He's like, it's that fucking bad.
The grandma and grandpa watched it. Like a lot of the shows that I'm familiar with from this era of
Yeah.
television, because I was still on cartoons and shit. Like, I don't know. They didn't really sing its praises. They were big. Was it Sons of Anarchy? Big on that, right?
My dad watched
Big
that.
on stuff like Survivor, right? For the most part, when I would sit down and watch like marathon TV with him, it'd be like classic TV. You know what I mean? Like we're watching Hogan's Heroes, we're watching Cheers, we're watching Frasier. I would
didn't
not,
watch
even
any of
as a
those.
fucking kid, I hated Becker. Dad, likes Becker.
What is Becker?
It's a spin-off of Seinfeld, I believe.
Oh, ew.
I think Becker is a character in Seinfeld. But he was obviously rated enough to get a show. I know he's a spin-off of something. I know Becker is present in some other show. Again, people are gonna message me and be like, yo, it was actually this, you know what I mean? But I fucking hated Becker.
You hated
Every time it
Becker.
would come on, I would just get up and I would go do something. You don't want to watch this? Like, oh no, I want to go, play this, or I'm gonna see if Brianna wants to do this, or I'm gonna go play some games if Dad was up by then. You know what I mean?
Fair, yeah.
Fucking hated Becker to this day. I hated Seinfeld too, but at least I laughed a little bit. You know what
Well,
I mean?
because I heard that
Um,
Seinfeld he's funny in a flat way.
Yeah,
Like, it's not like he tells funny jokes. It's more that he's just is a human.
he's funny for then.
Yeah. And
He's
I was
very
like,
much
okay.
like he was only funny then. He's not like timeless like someone like Dave Chappelle is. You know what I mean? Where he's
Hold
been
on,
funny
bad
his
guys.
entire
I
time.
gotta get some air. We should do
You know what
that.
show I do miss watching with Mom?
Hmm.
Specifically Will and Grace. I never really much cared for Friends, but me and her would watch Will and
I
Grace together.
never watched Will and
Oh
Grace.
God, I loved Will and Grace. Anyway,
My mama watched
um,
what was it, Grace and Frankie?
don't know what that is, but on top of we got to get back on track.
Okay. Oh, it's when I say something,
No,
everybody.
oh,
Then
really?
he says we gotta
Really?
get back on track.
Really? Then here, read the facts here. Have this tablet.
I don't want the tablet.
Exactly. Well, we're getting too much of our podcast and our movie review, babe.
Yeah,
But
too
he's
much.
also done the scoring for The Incredibles.
Oh, okay. You really leaned in close for that.
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Anyway, let's get into the stars of the
Yeah.
show. Felicity Jones, our
Woo!
leading lady, as
Woo!
Jin Erso.
Killed it.
Erso? I don't fucking know. Again, she's had somewhat of a lengthy career. Like Natalie Portman, she's been, in roles, not always leading
Yeah.
or up front, since she was about a teenager, I'd say, like early teenager, not really a tween. But Amazing Spider-Man 2, she was in it. That's from 2014, as well
Really?
as The Theory of Everything from 2014.
Yeah.
Um,
We got another Theory of Everything cast member.
her supporting actor won Diego Luna, who plays Cassian.
Woo!
Fucking, I can't stand, nothing against Diego Luna. I can't stand Cassian. I
I like
can't stand the
Cassian.
character. I don't
He's
fucking
so
like him.
dramatic. He's been in this fight since he was 4 years old.
I hate his lisp, right? I feel like I've heard Diego Luna talk normally. He has a lisp, but not as severe as when he's playing Cassian for some
There's
fucking
also
reason.
whispering.
Yeah, but he was in Elysium in 2013. That's
haven't
that
seen it.
dystopian movie with Brad Pitt.
Oh.
And then he's also in The Book of Life from 2014. Loved The Book.
That was
I
such a
enjoyed
good movie.
watching that with you. We got to do that one of these days. Ben Mendelsohn
Who the fuck is
plays
that?
Director Krennic.
Director Krennic.
The man choking on his aspirations, but he was in Dark Knight Rises in 2012. He's the dude that gets his neck snapped by Bane, where he's like, "Do you feel in charge?" And just fucking.
Oh, well, he's such a good actor.
Yes, he is. He was also in Ready Player One, 2018.
He's in a lot of stuff.
As well as he's the same character in Captain Marvel and Far From Home.
He is in Far From Home.
Yes, he is.
He is. He's in a lot of stuff.
Captain something.
I've seen him in a lot of stuff.
Oh no, he's out here. Him as well as some we're going to mention a bit later. Well, actually, the last few people that we're going to mention have been in so much
It's
shit.
just banger.
Because next is my main man Donnie Yen coming in, playing Chirrut.
Churro. I always read it as churro.
How dare you? I know him and love him the best in the Ip Man series. I am a kung fu movie,
You are an
martial
action
arts
guy.
movie, not even just action, like good action. You know what I mean? Like he's Ip Man. The whole thing is based on Bruce, like the dude that trained Bruce Lee, and some of it is
nice.
kind of fan
Yeah, of
fictiony, but like the first one is kind of realistic, I think.
Love it.
He's in John Wick Chapter 4 that came out this year, as well as he's in 2020's Mulan, which I can't believe it's been 3 years because
yeah,
I've been
that's
meaning to
quick.
watch that movie for 3 years.
Oh, I've been meaning to not watch it for 3 years.
I hate you.
Babe, they got rid of Mushu.
What?
Yeah, there's no Mushu.
God damn it.
Why would I watch that?
Well, Eddie
There's
Murphy's
no musical. There's no Mushu.
Eddie Murphy's busy these days. I think he's making a music album, actually.
Cool. I don't
Listen,
the original
Eddie
Mulan
Murphy
only.
stole the charts back in 1985. He can do it again.
Yeah, I believe it.
We got Mads Mikkelsen, who
Woo!
plays Galen.
I'm gonna
which
need,
is
I'm gonna need
Jin's
the Mads.
father.
I'm gonna need the Mads gals on TikTok to chill.
Yeah, he's not attractive at all. His
he
face is
is.
so he's not. His face is small and angular.
He's attractive. He's just aged.
No, so you know when you have an armored car in GTA and you go first person, you can barely see out of like the little armored slit. That's what I think his vision's like.
Oh my
But
god.
anyway, he was in 2010's Clash of the Titans. He was in 2011's Three Musketeers, which I didn't mind, honestly.
I didn't watch it.
He's in 2016's Doctor Strange.
Yes, he
He's the
was.
main villain, and he's in Polar from 2019. Listen,
I haven't seen
John
that.
John Wick spawned a whole plethora of old Hitman comes back into business. Well, a new iteration of old Hitman comes back into business
He's
and
also in Fantastic
does what all
Beasts.
that. Yes, he is. I left that out on purpose to
Oh,
see if
so
you
that I
catch
would
it.
do it.
Yeah. And then we have, you know what? Alan Tudyk, Tudyk. Don't know
I
how
don't know.
to
That's
pronounce his
your
name,
handwriting.
but he's K. No, I don't know how to pronounce his last name. But he does the voice of K2SO.
Woo!
This guy has a very lengthy career. His
You're
first
right.
on-screen
I
credit
should just stay on the shit.
was Patch Adams in 1998, R.I.P. Robin Williams. He was also in iRobot in '04. I believe he plays the robot. Yeah, no, he does play the robot because he
iRobot, yeah.
sounds just like K2. He was also in Serenity from '05. I love that movie. He was in Wreck-It Ralph. He's King Candy and a few other characters from 2012. And he plays Hey Hey in Moana,
Shut the fuck up.
which apparently came
That's
out
why you were
in
talking about Moana?
yeah. And Moana came out in 2016,
Shut
and I
up.
hope all of you are
He-
having existential dread just as I am. Because
No.
how the fuck did that movie come out
Well, I remember. Do you remember the
like
teaser trailer that was
7
her
years
as a
ago?
toddler, like in the sea?
Yeah.
I love that. I remember that. But no, he's Hey Hey.
Yeah, he's Hey Hey.
I love Hey Hey. We've all decided collectively that I'm Hey Hey if I'm a person in that movie, and I love that.
Okay. I don't know how to respond to
There's
that.
nothing to respond to. Keep going.
But one of my favorite characters in this movie.
Yeah.
My boy Baz Malbus, the
Woo!
most devoted guardian of us all,
It's
babe.
true.
Right? Played by one Zhang Wen.
Well done.
Right? He is more of a director. He is more of a foreign cinema star, specifically, like the Chinese cinema market. He's done a lot more work in film and television over there, as well as lean more into his director role. For movies I thought people would know of, I chose Green Tea from 2003 because I like the title. Gone with Bullets because I had heard of that
I haven't heard
back
of it.
in 2014, as well as a movie by the name of Hidden Man in 2018. But him and Donnie Yen are like some of the consistently highest paid actors over there.
Nice.
Yeah. These guys are like, you want them on your team. Last but not least, we got the one, the only Forrest Whitaker.
Woo!
Right? He sees shit differently, and I'm not just making fun of his lazy eye.
Aww,
But he was in Platoon back in
boo.
'86, Taken 3 in 2014,
He was in
Southpaw in
Platoon, yeah.
2015, and Black Panther in 2018 before he got stabbed in the fucking chest
Yeah.
by Michael B.
Had to be
Jordan.
done.
But he's playing Saw Gerrera in this movie. And before we get into the pros and cons, let me just say I got a fucking bone to pick with whoever decided to portray Saw Gerrera that way.
What's wrong with Saul?
A fucking shell of his former self, the Saw Gerrera that we know.
Well, that's supposed to be a thing.
I-
Is that he is like
I know, but up until that point, like
the revolution, or like the rebellion took literally everything from him.
No, not the rebellion. His
Yeah.
form of rebellion. He's been fighting and hooking and jabbing since the Clone Wars. We first get to see him on screen, basically in an official capacity, not like this person in the background looks like him, right? And the Clone Wars, when they are on, not Ryloth. No, it's a planet that looks just like Ryloth because Disney has like 6
He's
planet
in Bad Batch.
templates. Yeah, he is. But we first meet him we first meet him when it's Anakin and Ahsoka, and they're training them and they're helping do something. There's an ambush. The cliff they're on gets blown up. Saw, obviously doesn't fall off, but Ahsoka's holding his sister with the Force and pulling her up, and they're about to join hands, but then a droid shoots where they are, and Ahsoka loses her focus, and before she can go back over and try to Force pull her up, it's terrible. And she was a Padawan at this point, so her because she was
Damn.
falling off too, but she found her footing, and like Anakin and everybody was destroying the droids and shit, and so a real testament to the ability she would then grow into, because Ahsoka's a powerful
Yeah.
a powerful Jedi, a powerful Force user, I should say. So that was like the first instance of the fight basically taking stuff from him. I don't like how they made him all fucking fucked up, and he's basically more robot than man, right? Like obviously war will take a toll on you, And Saw Gerrera is what we in the business call a true believer. If there was some instance where there was some type of fight like that going on in real life, or if I was in the Star Wars universe, I would align more with Saw's Rebels. You need to have nothing but aggression and violence when it comes to something as oppressive as the Empire, and in real life as well. You know what I mean? What do you think, my love,
About.
about anything I just said, or about the movie in general? Before we break into the pros and cons here,
Well, really, I only have one thing to say about the movie, and that is that it's a work of art.
it is very much a
I
work of
enjoy
art.
it just as much every time I watch it. I'm just as enraptured every time I watch it.
Yeah, I'm not scrolling on my phone. I'm sitting there
Yeah,
and
I'm
I
watching it.
actually ration out the popcorn so I don't have to get up and
Yeah, it's
do
quite
anything.
good.
Other than that, I look like Homer Simpson when he gets back home from work and he's just home, right?
Me.
But like this is a movie that holds my full attention. There are a few, I guess, lulls, but every movie has that. You're not always going, going,
Yeah.
going. In the last quarter of the film, that is exactly
Wait,
what you're
You
doing.
didn't talk about you didn't talk about the pilot.
Bodhi,
Yeah.
he's a fledgling actor as
I
well.
love Bodhi.
He's not like a
Poor
main
guy.
star though.
No, I
He's a
know,
side
but I
character.
love
He
him.
is good. What else did we see him in?
Oh, something recently.
He was good in that too. Anyway, solid actor. He's got a very promising career ahead of him because this and the other thing that we saw him in, even though we can't remember, we were like, oh my god, that's Bodhi, and he was killing that role.
I loved Bodhi. I thought, you know what, he was a real one.
Yeah. For actually, let me finish my thought on Saw. I don't know. That honestly is one of the main cons I have with this movie is their interpretation of his character, how they have him ultimately go out. I don't really find anything wrong with how the other characters talked to, like the way they were talking about him. I was like, oh, cool, finally get to see. Like I was interested in seeing Forrest Whitaker
Yeah.
as Saw. Then they whipped out the fucking Iron Man suit, and I was like, oh god damn it.
Yeah.
When he pulled out that little oxygen tube and took a deep breath, I was like, this man's done. He's not doing any fighting. But this is a beautifully shot, beautifully scored, and beautifully put together film. Those B rolls that you see on Disney or like those TikTok edits where it's like the nature of Star Wars, almost all of them include Scarif.
Yeah.
God, you know what? I love me some Scarif. And this is also coming from a gaming perspective because those are like one of my favorite maps from the, Battlefront reboot that
Yeah.
EA and DICE rolled out. The Beach Troopers. I don't know. I liked it. I'm a sucker for a beach planet being, from the beach
Yeah.
ourselves. The action sequences are very well put together. I have never officially confirmed this, but I've seen like other articles that review films talk about it. I believe that the rebels on like Scarif the ground team that goes with them, when they like volunteer, they're like it's just a ship of a few against a whole empire, but
Yeah.
rebellions are built on hope. I think those are all veterans actually.
Oh shit,
Yeah,
that's neat.
because there's the small unit tactics that they implement in the film are actually pretty well
Did
portrayed
you see that?
as a
You were like,
general consensus. No, I was barely a year into the
Mm.
military when this thing came out, but like everyone universally agrees, like it is actually pretty good, like akin to stuff that you would see in like Zero Dark 30, or was it 11 hours?
I don't know.
John Krasinski in the fucking embassy. I like that one. That's my stereotypical like dude bro movie where I'm like, yeah, love the ending transition to episode 4. It literally goes right
Perfect.
up. It ends with
Seamless.
the opening sequence. Whenever we do our Star Wars
Amazing.
watch through, and like, we're like, okay, time to go from Rogue One to A New Hope, and it just starts right there.
Fucking beautiful.
Like, I can't wait till we're like 50 or like 60 and they do remasters of movies, right? So we get to see A New Hope, but like all deep faked AI'd up.
Yeah.
I can't wait. Give me the 16K.
Right.
They just zap you into the movie.
Oh,
I'd be the mouse droid.
I
You'd be the stormtrooper that hits his head on the
yeah.
door.
Yeah.
I'm kidding. I love you, my dear.
No, I'd be that stormtrooper.
Another pro of this movie
Look
that
at
I
that chunk
have,
of cat earwax.
and I'm pretty sure you could, Jesus Christ, Cat, and I'm pretty sure you can agree to. This is one of those movies where you finally get to see all the risks, all the loss of life
Yes.
that they talk about throughout the series.
By scaling down, they
It shows so
actually
much more.
make
You get
it
to see
bigger.
because people don't care about stuff until they can put a face to it, until they can actually see it.
Yeah.
And the Banthans that died, and the people that died for the rebellion to ignite, and the spark and flames and whatnot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's very nice to actually get to see the people that made that happen. Because in real life, it's like that too. Martyrs are one thing, but the groundwork people that start whatever iteration of a rebellion or a revolution that they start in the real world,
Yeah.
you don't know who the fuck they are.
Nope.
They either die that night or they just fade into obscurity. But I like it's the same reasons why I like Halo Reach, is because you finally get to see just how devastating it was to go up against something like the Empire when
Hmm.
you're only loosely organized, or like in Halo, you finally get
They
to
had
see
a
how
planet
deadly
killer.
the Covenant was. And yeah,
They
I
had a
like
planet
this actually made me
exploder.
scared of, well, not scared, but like, you know what I mean? Like if I was like in the universe feeling immersed,
Oh,
right? Like
just damn.
it made me understand exactly how just horrifying the concept of the Death Star would be. Because remember, like episode 4 and like episode 6,
Yeah.
and it's like it's almost in view and it's gonna blow up Yavin or whatever. I'm like, oh no, this stupid little circle in the sky.
Yep.
But when they show that fucking thing in low orbit
Oh
over the
my
planets,
god,
and they
dude.
just look up and the music gets quiet and you can like just hear the you're just like, oh,
Yeah.
you're like,
Yup.
that's not good, right?
Curtains.
Oh my god, just like the concept of like Star Killer Base isn't even fucking intimidating compared to how they made the Death Star
Yep.
look in this
Yep.
movie. Oh my god, but like it's like I was saying, like Halo Reach, how you finally get to see just how devastating these things that you hear throughout the series are.
Yeah.
But with that out of the way, let's break into some of the cons for the movie. Penelope has joined us. She's currently sitting atop my lovely co-host lap. Oh, that was so cute. She like went into like a deeper cat snuggle and like rubbed her like head along her arm. Anyway, we're getting distracted. Cat, please don't hit the microphone with your tail. Kitty, kitty, please. Penelope, please.
She did it again.
Oh my. Okay. Honestly, the only con for me in this movie is fucking Diego Luna.
Oh, here he
I
goes.
cannot stand Cassie. The actor, he's really good. I have nothing against Diego in real life. I got a cousin named Diego. As convenient as that sounds, cat, please, Penelope. But I don't know. Like I said, the lisp somehow is done up more when he's in character for Cassian. And
Because
like
he's whispering the whole
your
time.
boy's got a friend that's got a pretty severe lisp. And honestly, this is who he reminds me of. Every time he talks, and he's like, I've been in this fight since I was 11 years
No,
old.
6.
It just since I was 6 years old
It's
or
like, no,
whatever.
you
He
weren't. You
just
were
reminds me.
6.
Oh no, they smuggle. He just reminds me, like I just picture Julian. I'm like, what if Julian was Cassian and I just can't do it?
Oh,
I
she
just
did
they
it
make him
again.
look so fucking small, so fucking just
Oh.
annoying. He looks like a twerp in the fucking movie. And I hate
It's
it
the
so much.
mustache.
Like in the beginning when he like shoots the dude's like, my arm, I'll never climb out of here. And he like shoots him. He's like, now you don't have to. I'm like, dude, shut the fuck up.
It would have been cool if he didn't say anything.
No, he doesn't say anything.
Oh.
I'm just like the look that he does. He has one look and it's like a half smolder. He looks like a smolder had a stroke. Like, oh my god.
Stroked her.
I don't know how Cassian did so well with him reprising the role. My god.
Because people
I
thirst.
just
People are thirsty
call
for
me
Diego Luna.
call me a fucking hater, dude. Just put Pedro Pascal in the role, man. I don't just put him in there.
My favorite.
Let's go to your. I fucking hate Cassian so much, and by that extension, I gotta hate Diego Luna
No,
as he's
he's
portraying Cassian.
fine.
No, I said as he's portraying Cassian.
Okay.
But oh my god, what's your favorite scene, my love?
Guess.
Yeah, we already know.
It's the hallway scene.
The hallway
Listen,
scene with
Darth
Vader.
motherfucking Vader. That's my boy. That's my
Annie?
girly pop. That's
Annie?
him.
Annie, what are you
My
doing?
main man.
Why are you murdering
He-
those people, Annie?
He has to do what he got to do. And I also though, like I love that, right? Like I got chills in the theater. That was the
Oh, it's a
coolest
powerful
thing.
scene.
And like also though, I love how it shows how like so many people near that end like died just to get that card. Most they didn't know what it was.
It shows why people still fear Darth Vader because he's still kind of a
I'm
mystery
not done.
at this point. Oh, I'm sorry.
And like so like even they didn't know what it was. They just knew like that, hey, this person's throwing this to me saying, take it, take it, take it.
No, they
This is
knew.
important. I need to get it up.
No, they
You know,
knew it
they
was
knew it was
plans.
important.
No, they knew it was the plans.
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
I thought that they didn't know. But anyway, so like I love how it's like them individually just being like, okay, take this. Like I don't care about me. Like when he's at the door and there's only room for his arm, he's like, take this, take this. Because you'd think that someone would be like, oh shit, and just like be scared.
He tried to
And
open it. He
instead,
did try to get
He
away.
did, but then he was like, okay, take it, take it,
They
take
knew.
it. Yeah.
They knew.
And I love that. I love that. I think that that's really cool. And I also think the brutalism of Darth Vader, just seeing that lightsaber go through and just knowing that that guy's last fucking thing was take it, take it. That's
Honestly,
insane.
the most brutal death in that scene for me is the one dude where like he doesn't choke him, he force grips him, throws no that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, where he throws him against the ceiling and the floor and that kills him. But the other one where he does it and he pins him to the ceiling, and as he's walking by, he
Oh,
slices
slays
him
oh my
with the
god.
lightsaber.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, that dude had to watch the guy die before him, who is the dude that got slammed.
Yeah.
And then he's stuck there and watching as Darth Vader just comes up and fucking shoot,
Without even looking at him.
and just hearing screams and everything. But that is a really good scene. For me,
Listen, Darth
that's
Vader is
what
psychological torment.
yes.
Love
And
it.
it shows why people fear, like I was saying earlier, it shows why people feared Vader, like just by name. Because at this point in the, I guess, the war, if you will, he still was kind of unknown by the
Yeah.
public because they were still very much in the cleanup phase in the years from Order 66. As well as like the Emperor still wanting to keep Vader's true identity a secret, which there's all kinds of comics and everything about that, as well as just keep his star player under wraps, basically.
Yeah. You don't want
Like
to
if Vader got sent to you and you were one of the governors on a
listen,
planet,
listen.
you got to find another
When
job.
you're playing euchre, you don't want to play the jack right away. Come on, come on.
I fucking hate euchre.
There,
But anyway,
that
for
was
me,
just
this
for you.
scene is what gave Darth Vader his on-screen clout. Because let's be honest, the original trilogy, it's just an Irish bodybuilder that's voiced by Mufasa,
Hey, I
just
loved
swinging
him
around a
then.
bat.
I loved him then. I love him now.
Yeah. That guy was pissed when he found out he wasn't doing the voice for Darth,
Yeah,
because
I
he was still
remember that.
saying the lines, but just dubbed
I
over.
read an article about it in Starlog. So yeah.
Yeah. But you can
Does your dad know what Starlog is? I feel like
we
I
asked.
brought it
Yeah,
to you.
I don't think he remembered.
I brought it over to you guys.
But it was funny because they have the audio
Yeah.
of that, and it's pretty funny hearing this dude trying to be Darth
not
Vader.
very
He's
intimidating.
like, "Where is the ambassador?" or some
Because he
shit.
put some little sting on it. I'm like, get it, bitch.
Too fucking right. Where's the ambassador? Huh?
Too fucking right.
I said too fucking right.
Oh
man.
god.
My favorite scene
Yeah.
is actually the ambush on that Imperial convoy right before they get captured and we meet Donnie Yen and all them.
Yeah.
I really like that ambush scene. Which is conducted by Saw's Rebels.
Really?
It's really good. It doesn't have too many cuts. It's easy to see what's going on. And I really like the gunplay, and I like how the scene was choreographed with, the actors and like the body extras and like the stormtrooper things reacting to it, because it is pretty dope. It's just a real quick shot, a quick explosion. They're in, they're out. It shows how efficient and different Saw runs his operations and how his rebels conduct themselves. It's just really cool. It just, it tickles my fancy, if you will. My least favorite scene, right? And there's not really a least favorite scene. It's simply because my boy K2 dies.
Yeah.
I can't stand. I'm a big sacrifice myself for the bros so they can complete the mission type of movie fantasy guy, right?
He literally throws himself.
Yeah, and destroys the thing, but like he's
Boom.
just getting shot, and he's shooting the other people because
I know
K2,
he doesn't feel pain, but my poor baby.
he also delivered the appropriately placed comedic relief in this movie.
You're right.
Like there
I
was,
should stay on the ship.
it's shoehorned in, as is much comedic relief. But
No,
this
I
one
think
is
that it's tasteful.
no, it's tasteful, but like if they cut it out, it wouldn't be worse of a film. You know what I mean? But the droid's always the comedic relief. And with this one, it's done really well.
Yeah.
There's no like one-liner that he has where I'm like, you know what I mean? There's none of that.
Yeah.
But do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, no, I do.
Yeah. When you're like, really? A joke, right? But that shit was pretty funny.
That shit slaps.
He's like, do you want to know the odds that she'll kill you with that? No.
They're very high.
Yeah, I calculated them.
They're very high. I love that.
I'll go with you. Cassian said I had to.
I know. Oh my god, you are being rescued.
Do not resist.
Do not resist.
The America when they find oil.
Oh my god.
But yeah, RIP my boy, man. The meme pages that came up from fucking K2SO, because that
Really?
was also at the same time that the Inhale Boy SpongeBob meme was out, right?
Oh,
So they just slapped that on there.
funny.
Oh my god! But overall, to wrap this up, I got to give this a 10 out of 10. This is
I agree.
or at least on my part, my first like official like quote unquote 10 out of 10. This is a solid 10 out of 10 movie. It is a perfect movie. this is my favorite Star Wars, like off of the main, keeping up with the Skywalker beat that we get in the mainline trilogies. I like it so much. What about you?
No, I think I agree.
You agree?
I
Another
agree.
10? So we have the first unanimous.
That's too many spirits.
That's too. This is the first unanimously, perfect movie. I'm gonna put a sound effect here.
Brr, 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 brr. See, now you don't need to.
I hate you. We'll see you next week.